Growing up, the dream was always to own a large, single-family home in the suburbs, just like my parents had. Who doesn't want a 3-car garage, a large backyard, and a nice white picket fence out front? Now, after living in the city for over half a decade, taking a university class on creating healthier cities, and countless hours of my own research just for fun, I know that the American version of the suburb must go. I wanted to create a 3-part series walking you through why I think this is the case. And I wanted to start by talking about the environment. 90 minutes. That's the length of time to watch The Lion King, play a game of soccer, or at my childhood home, walk to the nearest grocery store. And for that reason, it gets a resounding 0 on walkscore.com. For my family, like millions of other Americans, it is completely impractical to walk anywhere. So everyone needs a car. My street with 14 houses on it has 27 cars parked outside. Many Americans claim the car gives them freedom, but if the only way to travel around is by car, is that really freedom? The list of reasons that urban sprawl is bad for the environment are extensive and well documented. Low-density housing requires people to drive further to work, further recreation, and further to all other amenities, thus using more fossil fuels and creating more greenhouse gases. On the wider roads in the suburbs, larger vehicles are more common, compounding the effects of driving more, leading to even more greenhouse gases being emitted. Suburban homes are typically larger, requiring more energy for temperature regulation, and affluent neighborhoods with lawns use up to 10 times more water than neighborhoods with higher density housing and less landscaping. Lower density sprawl accelerates the destruction of native habitats, and, as we've seen here on the West Coast this year, can lead to more deadly forest fires. Lastly, I wanted to show the catalyst for starting this whole project. I was reading this book called Walkable City by Jeff Speck. And in this book, one of the interesting things that he mentions is that New York City is our most environmentally friendly city, and people there use about 1/3 of the greenhouse gases of the average American. But when you compare New York City to a city like Toronto, Toronto's twice as good as New York. A lot of cities in Europe are twice as good as Toronto, and a city like Hong Kong is about twice as good as a lot of cities in Europe. So I think this is a really good opportunity for us Americans to really look in the mirror and figure out how we can improve. Thank you all for watching. In the next 2 parts of this video, I'll be talking about health and happiness, and finally be talking about the racist history of the suburbs.